Alexander Rossi is the first American in Formula One for 8 years, so we met up with him at the iZone Performance Center to drive the US Grand Prix circuit ahead of the race in Austin, Texas.
Here at Circuit of the Americas, approaching what is the most impressive corner on the track, turn 1, climbing 10 stories up into a second gear corner. It's quite difficult, the exit as you go downhill.
The thrill of being in Formula One and competing in Formula One is you know that you're going up against the best. I'd kind of explain myself as being ultra competitive, even if it's like a game of touch football at home over Thanksgiving. So for me to go and compete against what is the current best racing drivers, it's something that I wanted to do since I was very young.
The 24-year-old has been signed by the Manor F1 team to drive 5 races at the tail end of this season, and the US Grand Prix is at the heart of it.
It's every athlete's dream to race at home. Now to be able to do it after it's been such a long dry spell of not having an American in the championship, I'm very much looking forward to it.
Rossi's chance has come through 14 years of hard graft, beginning in karting, getting a Skip Barber scholarship, and then impressing in Formula BMW Americas. Rossi won the 2008 series and then beat all comers in the Formula BMW World Final.
It was something that no American had done before. They took the best drivers from Europe, the Americas, and Asia and put them in one race. And the winner got a test with BMW Sauber F1. And so for me to win that kind of put me on the map in terms of European motorsports. And that was the time where we decided to move to Europe. I was 16, and it was a big step to kind of leave high school and leave what I knew in California and come to Europe and to make my mark and stay.
Success in European feeder series finally led to his F1 debut at Singapore this September, a race that turned out to be more eventful than he'd imagined.
To have it finally happen was a dream come true, and I didn't really realize how special it was until I was actually on the grid. Having a Formula One debut in Singapore I think was challenging enough, but to have the radio go halfway through the race, especially with these cars, and how technologically advanced they are and how many systems you need to manage throughout a race was very difficult. So what we reverted to was using a pit board. It was an interesting thing because all through karting and my racing career I never actually had used a pit board. But then to then go to a Formula One race, and my first one reverting back to kind of an old technology, if you will, was interesting, but that's what it's there for.
He'll hope for a perfect race at the Circuit of the Americas. With Rossi's graduation to Formula One and the arrival of US outfit Haas F1 from next season, the sport could really grow in the USA.
Having a race was kind of the first thing in terms of bringing Formula One back to the States and getting the American fans interested again. The next target always was going to be have an American driver and have an American team. Because Americans are very patriotic people and they want to see an American or an American car doing well. But then the next target needs to be having one of those entities, whether it's the driver or the team, being successful.
Though it seems a natural fit, Haas F1 won't be giving Rossi a race seat just because he's the only US racer with a super license. He'll have to impress in his next 3 races.
And now going into the turn 13 complex, you're very rear limited. So the rear of the car is very nervous as you're trying to put the power down, and there's a lot of sections where you're braking and turning, which is quite demanding on rear tires.
If Rossi can secure a drive for 2016, then he can start building a new US legacy for Formula One.
Next year is a difficult thing to think about at the moment because at this point in the year there's a lot of kind of rumors flying around and you don't know exactly where everyone's going to end up. Obviously I'm driving for Manor at the moment. It would be a very good thing for me to be able to continue that into 2016. Fortunately, I have something that not a lot of other drivers can offer, and that's having the support of America behind me. So I think that's something that is attractive to Formula One and a lot of different teams.
Coming into the last corner, it's important you get a very good exit again. It leads on to the second best overtaking opportunity on the track, up into turn 1, another DRS zone. And as we come across the line, that's a lap at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas.